Dylan, you're on the clock here first. Well, not on the clock. You're up first. Who's the one player that you are avoiding in drafts where they're going?
I saw a report come out today and it kind of just affected the way I was going to go about this, but not entirely on that. It's based on how he's performed the last few years. I'm going to go Josh Jacobs here. Josh Jacobs, running back for the Las Vegas Raiders, obviously what he's got going on there. They're approaching a potential running back by committee. A couple guys signed in there. You have Kenyon Drake. You draft a running back. You have Josh Jacobs. There's a lot of pieces there. It's a brand new offense with, guess who it is? Josh McDaniels, right? Offensive coordinator from the New England Patriots, comes over. He was famous for having a lot of running backs. The Jonas Gray game, Dion Lewis, Rex Burkhead. Anybody would have a game. Mike Gillislee for a little while. Like he had everybody going through there. So, I mean, Josh Jacobs is a guy who last year had 872 yards in 15 games, right? That's a 4.0 yards per carry. Still, I guess, average, if you'd say, in that department. He caught a lot of passes last year. I don't think that'll continue this year. Usually there's a pass catching back in a Josh McDaniels system. I question that. I just would like to stay away from Josh Jacobs because I feel like it's going to be more of a committee than anything there in Vegas.
Yeah, I that was going to be a player that I was going to put on my list as well because Josh Jacobs. We talked about this on our dynasty startup draft on Friday, talking about how, and obviously Zamir White's not going to come in there and take all of his touches. The first year probably won't happen, but I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that they're not going to be invested in Josh Jacobs because Dylan, what do you think? What do you think about that? Like if they're not going to bring Josh Jacobs back next year because they obviously declined his 5th year option, do you think that is more of an incentive to just bury him, just to just work him to the ground and then move on?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I guess I'm not going to sit on a fence and make a decision, right? You always tell me that.
Yep, 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 yep.
It does. I mean, it does give him an option there. I mean, you could run him into the ground, or you could see what you got with the other guys. I mean, Kenyon Drake's due up at the end of the year as well. I mean, they're running out of both running backs are leaving there, so I think it could be an option where you just hammer him down. The touchdowns are still there for Josh Jacobs. I don't think that his goal line touches aren't going anywhere, and they're going to be in the red zone a little bit more with adding Devontae Adams. So his touchdowns are nice, but I do see a scenario where they could run him into the ground. But from what I've been hearing, it's running back by committee, and I'm going to stand by what I've been hearing and what I will eventually see, as opposed to believing, oh, he's in a contract year, he could potentially get the carries, they could just run him out of town. I don't know.
I think
It does make sense. It does make sense to have that Josh McDaniels system that like where they use multiple running backs and like that would not surprise me. That's why he was on my list as well. Sorry, AJ, go ahead.
no, you're good. You're good. I think you're right with the fact that it's a running back by committee, but I think you're wrong to be so afraid of it because it's not one of those like, oh,
What?
injury, stop, chill, listen to the
I'm
words.
chilling.
Listen to the
I'm
words.
chilling.
I haven't got there yet. Calm,
I'm chilling.
calm.
I'm vibing. I'm chilling and vibing.
My
It's
name
not
rhymes
one
with
of
chilling,
those
bro.
like we're not talking pitch count here. Josh McDaniels is still going to go with the hot hand. So if Josh Jacobs is running crazy, he's not going to go, oh, well, you've had 15 runs, get off the field. No, he's going to keep running him because he's gaining yards. He's getting scores. He's getting first downs. He's going to run with the hot hand. Now, where you were wrong is Kenyon Drake is going to be their goal line guy. He's had some of the most goal line handles since he was in Arizona and when he came over to spell Josh Jacobs the same year. So Kenyon Drake's going to be that guy. And your third running back by committee, your guy that he brought from the Patriots is going to be Brandon Bolden. What I'm saying is, yes, you're not going to get the touches of 20 touches a game or something like you were seeing from him his first and second season. But I don't think you're looking at 10 or 11 touches a game for Josh Jacobs. I think he's still going to be a very solid running back 1, running back 2 probably, and someone that you can get. Now, I give you the fact that you probably shouldn't be getting him in the first 5 rounds or something of that nature. But as you said, just or as Vinny said, we're not saying don't draft these people. If Josh Jacobs falls around the back end of the 5th, the 6th, 7th round, grab him, be happy about it because he's still going to give you the value that you're going to get from an RB2 or a very, very high-end flex.
Yep. So we're gonna play this type of game all night long after you guys have told me who you have selected. Well, maybe most of the night. Dylan, Josh Jacobs, so these are the players that Josh Jacobs is going ahead of. Josh Jacobs or James Conner?
Ugh, Told myself in 18 I'd never draft. I'll go Connor.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Josh Jacobs or Ezekiel Elliott. You have been very
Ezekiel
known on
Elliott.
this show to your
I know.
words were Ezekiel Elliott was done. Your words
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Done.
but I know his
Exactly.
role.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, so
All
Josh
right.
Jacobs is more done than Ezekiel Elliott. Got it.
No, it's a new system.
Last-
It's weird.
Last one for ADP: Josh Jacobs or Rashad Penny.
Oof. Oof. I'm flipping a coin on draft day.
Okay. Okay. So Josh Jacobs right now, to let everyone know, Josh Jacobs is the RB 16 off the board. He's going in the third round. Yeah, he's going. Oof, God, the third round grade for Josh Jacobs. I don't like that at all, Bob.
That's
don't
too
like
high
that at
for me
all.
right this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's overall
and-
33rd player off the board.
I'll say this though, and I guess I'll ask you guys too. Like, this is, I mean, we're in June. You know, most people really start getting going like strong come end of July, beginning of August. You know, we'll have training camp stories. We'll have a little bit more. How much do you expect what we're thinking about today to fluctuate come August?
I think with Josh Jacobs, what we're thinking about today is going to just stay all the way through until we see it on the field, because it's to me, when I like I said, I was going to have Josh Jacobs on my list, and the Josh McDaniels thing is huge to me because we've seen his track record with running backs. He does like that RBC, that running back by committee. Although Damian Harris has proven to be a good running back and a serviceable running back in fantasy under that Josh McDaniels system, I just don't know how much I trust it. I think the only thing that would give me hope is that fact that he is in his last year and they could go the route of running him to the ground. But this problem, what we're talking about now, I feel like is going to go until you see him on the field in the way Josh McDaniels uses him.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that would change my mind would be a potential injury in that backfield. And even if it's Zamir White, I still wouldn't question. Like, I'd still be afraid. Now, if it's Kenyon Drake, I might get a little bit. Yeah, maybe there is some more value for Josh Jacobs, but still.
Okay. Yeah, I would start looking for Josh Jacobs. If Josh Jacobs fell to like the 5th round, that's when I'd start looking at who's there and saying, okay, Josh Jacobs or a shot on somebody else, or Josh Jacobs or this and that.